Hey, Chuckle Fucks, it's your boy, Doc Raku here. With a new what if. Yes, I know. I should stop doing this. I'm just thinking of too many what ifs right now, but yeah. Not the point. Let me begin into the what if. Let me shut the fuck up. But yeah, pretty much this is called What If Issei was a reincarnation of Satoru Gojo and Kakashi Hatake. So, yeah, this is part one of this what if. I already have a title for like mostly the subtitle for what to call it, but yeah, not the point. Let me begin into this what if and let me shut the fuck up. But yeah, so of course I won't have enough time because I have to go to the store. I'm also tired as fuck and I haven't ate. Yeah, I kind of woke up at like 10 o'clock and said fuck it, I'll wake up my ass, realizing that I might have to go to school later, maybe. I don't know. I actually have no fucking clue. There's still some snow, probably ice somewhere, but that's probably all melted. But not the point. Fuck this fucking state that I live in. It doesn't even snow 10 inches of snow. Instead of just like snow like fucking 0.1 inch of snow. That wasn't even a lot. But whatever. Fuck it. I don't care. Let me just go back into what if. I'm rambling on. So, let me begin into this what if. So I already said the title, I said part one, and yeah. But let's begin. We go into mostly a high school. Mostly a high schooler. Who just woke up thanks to his parents kind of telling him that this time he has to go to school. This is where, well, the student in question seems to just be tired. Has whitish, kind of grayish hair. Of course, is where he usually sleeps with also a sleeping mask in his bed, even though he doesn't need to. And of course, had a blindfold on just because he didn't really want to be bothered. So of course, is where, well, he kind of woke up at like 8 o'clock, even though school starts at like 9, because his parents were screaming at him, mostly his mother. His father went to go to work early, but yeah, this is where, well, the question, well, mostly the student in question is right now still asleep, even though his parent, well, mostly mother, is running up to his, well, door and smashing it through it. This is where, well, she screamed, Issei, wake up! This is where, well, the now questioning, well, student in question wakes up and says, what do you want, mother? This is where his name is Issei. Issei, you gotta get to school this time. And no, don't you dare go to the arcade. What are you talking about? Didn't go to the arcade. Uh-huh. Then why weren't you at school and why did they call me saying you were ditching? Did I ditch? Oh, I must have ditched. Okay, mother, I will go. Let me just have a little couple of minutes, 5 more minutes. This is where, well, he says 5 more minutes on top. Just top max. This is where she says, no, this time you're gonna have to go to school. This is where Issei says, fine. This is where Issei gets up. Of course, this is where, well, his mother says, and this time, do not wear the face mask. This is where, well, Issei says, I know, you don't like me wearing my face mask or anything. Blah, 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 I understand. He has, well, crystallized blue eyes, this boy, named Issei, mostly Issei Hyodo, mostly. He has crystallized blue eyes, of course, has a kind of mole near his, like, face and all them other things. This is where, well, mostly when he takes off a mask and looks at the mirror when he's in the bathroom. But yeah, you go into the bathroom. This is where, well, he has his whitish grayish hair kind of like lingering around his head, mostly on top of his face and covering it. This is where he kind of pushes it up because, yeah, he just got a shower and other things. But this is where, well, he then kind of goes through hand signs, illusion jutsu. Well, he says transformation jutsu. This is where, well, poof, something happens. And this is where, well, we now go into Issei. Issei now has brownish hair, like chocolate brown hair, brownish eyes. It looks like any normal high schooler. Pretty much, it looks nothing like the original. This is where, well, Issei says, well, at least this can work. I know mother would be pissed, but whatever. She's also quite annoying and not telling me to do it. But whatever. This is where, well, The boy kind of gets downstairs, already all changed to go into school. Has a kind of mostly his like same clothing original canon, even though he kind of hates him. But yeah, this is where well, his mother looks at him and says, "Okay, hurry up and get to school." Also, I know how much you hate showing off your real face, but one day you're gonna have to do that. This is where Issei says, and that day will never happen unless hell freezes over and a fried chicken decides to fight me. A burning fried chicken decides to fight me one day. I will never show my real face. This is where, well, his mother just sighs and says, Jesus Christ, Issei. Can you, never mind. Just hurry up and get to school. This is where, well, Issei says, got it. This time I will definitely show up to school. Issei is going to school until he like turns the other way to go to the arcade until he gets almost hit by a pan. This is where, well, he turns towards his house, mostly his house, and sees his mother right now having multiple pans and saying, this time you better go to fucking school, I'm gonna hit you with this pan. This is where Issei says, Jesus Christ. Fine. Issei starts walking towards school. This is where, well, it's been a couple of days since he kind of ditched school. He ditched like twice just because he didn't want to be bothered. It's been kind of his second year of being in the school. He doesn't even know, well, he does know how he got in here. He accidentally kind of, in his old previous school, he accidentally kind of got a lot of questions right on a test. Because there was this like test where it allows him to kind of get a scholarship to like the best school. And Issei wasn't trying to, but his parents encouraged him to do it, which it would have been good because they don't need to pay the tuition for the, what's it called, school. But Issei didn't want to do it. But he was tired at that day also because he was staying up playing video games because he just didn't care. And he accidentally answered all the questions right, even though he was extremely tired and tried to answer them all wrong. Yeah, he didn't really like. He kind of just got lucky. This is where, well, he kind of fucking hates his luck for fucking doing that. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei is getting to school. Pretty much, this school used to be an all-girls school, but now it's actually a guy and girl school. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei, he's annoyed. He just hates it. Because he hates the school because all the girls mostly, like, are kind of perverts also, like, trying not to be, but yet they are, because he kind of heard so many comments against a guy who is named Kiba Yuta, who he thinks is one, probably gay, or B, this man, yeah, the prince of fucking kill or whatever. He just like doesn't care. But of course he just thinks this man is gay because he has never seen this man kind of like go out with anyone. Which Issei is scared for his life. No, just kidding. But for real, Issei just doesn't want to be bothered with that. He then has seen with Calm. The guys being also perverts in the school, but mostly to like the girl population. Because he has two friends that he only befriending them just because he didn't want to really be lonely. But yet, they are actually powerful in their own right. Now, they're not really perverts, but he's just calls them perverts, but yeah. Well, one is kind of, not really. They don't really care about kind of all that stuff. The only way they also got into this school, it was not because they were chosen or begged or any of that shit. They were also lucky in a different test. They're from a different school entirely. Their first years were going to different schools entirely. But of course, when it was the second year, they actually went to Kuo because they got their scholarship. Even though Issei refused to even go there one time. He refused multiple times for his parents just to kind of get the money and say fuck it for the scholarship to go to, Kuo Academy. But they still made him go. Yeah, it was a drag. He hated it. This is where, well, the other two hated it also. Now, this is where Issei is getting towards the school, and of course he gets to a tree just to meet up with a couple of people. This is where, well, two people show up. This is where, well, Matsui and Murahama. Murahama is saying, yo, Issei. This is where, well, Matsui says, yo, Issei. So, we're gonna have to just sit here because we all got here early. Murahama says, oh, I hate this. Why did my parents have to wake my ass up early? I was in the freaking garage doing some stuff. This is where, well, Matsui says, bro, luckily my parents don't care about that whole thing. This is where, well, they said, then why you here early? This is where, well, Matsui says, because I didn't want to make you too lonely. This is where, well, they say, fuck you. Matsui's parents don't really actually care in what he does, actually. Pretty much, it's just go to school and try to learn stuff. They say try because they know that Matsui doesn't actually try. He really doesn't care. But yeah, the only way he got in here was not through the grades of being smart or any of that. Pretty much it was because of his athlete kind of skills in his middle school year. And of course, when he was in his kind of high school year, he was in first year, of course. And when he was like showing off his skills for being an athlete, well, kinda, they decided to send him to what's it called, Kubo Academy, because he has skills that no one actually have ever met. He's skilled in a lot of things, but yeah. This is where, well, Matsui just says, I'm just making sure you two aren't lonely. This is where, well, Issei glares at him, and even Morohama. Morohama says, oh, I'm so tired. I didn't sleep shit. I was almost finished with my suit. Fuck. This is where, well, Issei says, and I was almost finished with a game. Fuck. Fuck this school day. This is where, well, Matsui just laughs at both of them and says, damn, at least I was finished with my training. Yeah, you fucking, what's it called? Build body, fucking juggernaut, whatever bullshit. Screw off, both of them said at the same time. This is where, well, Matsui says, oh, you guys are hurting my feelings. Yeah, hurting your feelings. They're probably already numb thanks to the alcohol. Oh, you two know me so well. Thank you. Yes, I am numb, and I did drink alcohol. This is where, well, now Matsui's parents literally doesn't give a crap if he drinks or not. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei said, oh god, I feel tired. I feel like going to take a nap. This is where, well, Matsui says, if you fall down and your illusion like pops like a balloon again, that's your fault. This is where, well, Issei says, that's what I hate about that. I have to stay my chakra control pretty damn well so it doesn't dispel and show my true face or any of that. I don't have a mask or even, what's it called, a blindfold to cover up my eyes or face. This is where, well, Matsui says, well, go look with that. And screw you, Matsui. This is where Morohama says, I'm tired. I feel like going to sleep in first hour. This is where, well, Matsui says, hey, at least we have the same idea. This is where, well, Issei then thinks about it. Huh. You know what? I have a better idea. This is where, well, Matsui and Morohama looks at him and says, what do you mean? This is where, well, Issei decides to put mostly two of his hands together into a cross. And this is where, well, two fingers are mostly together and the other two together, but mostly, yeah, putting them into a cross. And this is where he says, Shadow Clone Jutsu. This is where two Shadow Clones appear, or mostly three. And this is where, well, one is Issei, but they're all the actual form of Issei. Mostly what he looks like, actually. But this is where, well, he then told them to all substitution, or not substitution, what's it, oh, fuck, I forgot. Yeah, substitution jutsu for them to kind of transform into Morohama, Matsui, and himself, and kind of go to school like that. This is where, well, Morohama and Matsui say, sweet, now we can go to the arcade. This is where Issei says, yep, let's go. This is where, well, they're all going. Of course, Issei is still in his illusion, but he just changed out of it and kind of decides to transform into someone else because fuck it. This is where, well, Matsui and Morohama kind of just put a hood over himself just so he can go to the arcade. And Matsui just also put a hood all over him, but yeah. They leave the school campus and just go to the arcade. We go into like the whole day happening. This is where Matsui and Morohama's clones, which mostly is Issei's clones, decides to walk into an alleyway and poof away. And this is where, well, Issei's clone is just going home. This is where, well, he was actually bothered by a girl named, what's it called, Yuma Amamoto, kind of saying, can you please go on a date with me? This is where the clone Issei was surprised and said, sure, why not? And walked away. Basically screwing the original fucking plan of just peaceful life. This is where, well, the clone, he managed to get home, or close to home, and just poof away. This is where, well, Issei and the others are kind of going home. This is where, well, Issei gets the memories and says, oh, for fuck's sakes. Fuck you, clone. This is where he says, and his head is just hurting. From all the information and bullshit that he just learned. From all, well, 2 of his clones, and then the 3rd one. But yeah. This is where he says, fuck you, clones. Swear to God. Especially the one who just accepted someone's date. Assholes. He just thinks in his head, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into Issei saying, damn, screw both of them. He says, screw all 3 of them. My head. This is where Issei is getting towards his house. He just kind of, doesn't dispel the illusion yet. He kind of just goes inside. You see his mother kind of already preparing food. And saying, Issei, your father's going to come here. Make sure to get out of the illusion or he's going to be kind of angry. Yeah. I know that he gets angry when I have an illusion on. This is where, well, he gets out of the illusion and sits down. This is where, oh. His father walks in, and his father kind of has blackish, mostly hair, but with some white tint of it. And this is where his eyes are pretty kind of like a sapphire blue. A little bit kind of similar towards Issei's, but Issei's are a crystallized blue. This is where, well, Issei's mother, I should mention, has what's called brownish hair, and of course hazel eyes, like hazel kind of yellowish eyes, but yeah. But of course, she also is kind of shorter than Issei's father, but yeah. This is where, well, they kind of sit down to eat, and this is where Issei's father says, so Issei, did you get a girlfriend anytime? This is where, well, Issei stops eating and right now freezes. And this is where, well, he says, yeah, kinda, maybe. This is where, well, he thinks of that clone fucking incident and how he just screwed him over, but yeah. This is where Issei's like, yeah, definitely. He kind of smiles with this fake kind of angry smile. This is where, well, his father says, oh, good. So, will you ever introduce her to us? This is where Issei says, yeah, definitely. Sure, I'll do it tomorrow. I hate my clones. This is where, well, he kind of, well, we go into a time skip of the next day. And of course, pretty much, this is where, well, Issei is right now bringing, well, Yuma towards the house to meet with his parents. And of course, this is where, well, he is in his illusion, kinda. He basically has his hood up and all them other things. And of course, having a face mask saying that I'm kind of sick a little bit towards Yuma. So yeah. And of course, his eyes were having shades on just because he says it was the sun hurting his eyes. But yeah. As to where, well, mostly his father wasn't there. It was mostly his, what's it called, mother? Which, yeah, mostly that happened. But yeah. Or mostly his father was there and they were just happy to know he has a girlfriend. When they get to school, Yuma asks why Issei kind of has a hood, a shades, and a mask. This is where Issei kind of just ignores the question and says, well, I gotta be going to school. This is where, well, she didn't understand much, but this is where, well, Issei gets to school, sees both his friends, and he did kind of text him to kind of get him uniform and other stuff. And this is where, well, they say, seriously? Your clones fucked you over so hard. This is where, well, Issei says, I know, it's such an annoying thing. And why did I say yes? Fuck. Besides, I still, shit. This is where, well, Issei says, I'm too tired for this shit. This is where, well, Issei gets out of, well, mostly the clothes, substitute illusion into his actual real form and other things. And this is where, well, mostly not his real form, mostly his, what's it called, fake form, and then takes back the clothes and says, there. How do I look, guys? Do I have any illusion spots kind of out of me? This is where they say, nah, you still look ugly as fuck, man. This is where, well, Issei says, good. Fuck you too, assholes. This is where, well, mostly Matsui says, so, we're gonna have to go to school or are we just gonna make clones? Shit, I gotta go on that fucking date. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just break her heart when I actually get the chance. This is where, well, Matsui and Murahama says, damn, you literally just gonna be breaking people's hearts left and right. Fuck it, man. Leave me alone. I don't care. This is where, well, they says, okay, man, okay. So they get to class and just literally had it to stay there. This is where, well, the class ended and they're going home and blah blah. This is where Matsui and Murahama saying, dude, good luck on your date, don't break it. This is where Issei says, fuck both of you, I'm breaking her heart no matter what. This is where, Issei is flipping them off, but of course he feels like someone's looking at him. This is where, Issei, he did kind of, turn around really fast, confusedly, but of course, this is where his eyes weren't blue. I mean, they had glasses on, he had, what's it called, shades on, and of course, one of his eyes turned crystallized blue. Looks towards the direction and who is actually looking at him, and it's none other than Ria's Creamery. This is where, he then turns around, mostly looking like he's confused. And then he turns around, and this is where, both of his friends say, what is happening? It seems that Ria's Grammar is kind of keeping an eye on us. Mostly an eye on me. Ah, damn it. Did my secret gear accidentally fucking show itself to her? This is bad. This is where, Matsui Murahama says, so what do we do? If worst possible chance comes to true, I feel like, there's a good chance that, how should I say? We will all be targets. But for right now, if any like fallen angels are trying to target us, because I know damn well Yumi Moto or whatever her goddamn name is a fallen angel. If I can, because there's no way in hell she'll ask me out in this form. I guess that's true. That's really true. Yeah. So there's a good chance that I might be target. Or what, are you gonna obliterate her? This is where, he says, well, no shit, what do you think? I'm about to use Cursed Energy Red to blast her away. This is where, and they say, well, good luck with that, man. He says, yeah. This is where, we go into Issei, kind of, getting towards the whole day, blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, it was the next day, mostly they went on a date. This is where, that whole thing on canon kind of happens. Issei was mostly acting, smiling, and other things. But yeah, but of course when it came to the afternoon, or mostly the water fountain, this is where Yumi says, so Issei, how's the date? This is where Issei says, good. This is where, Yumi says, I want to tell you, this is where Issei says, before you go on, I want to tell you something also. I want to break up with you. Truly, I didn't really like this date, but it's not you, it's me. So I'm going to break up with you. So see ya. This is where, Issei walked away, and this is where, Yumi looks at Issei with this just distraught look. Just like shocked, distraught look, and like, what the fuck? This is where Issei just walked away, like, literally didn't care that much. This is where Yumi was kind of, like, furious, angry, and yet felt kind of heartbroken. Literally felt kind of heartbroken from Issei literally just saying, I want to break up, bruh. Like, this is where, Issei was kind of like walking away from Yumi, and Yumi was about to make a light spear until a light spear almost hit her and Issei, mostly in the blast radius. This is where, smoke appears, but this is where, Yumi was on the ground, and this is where someone was over her. It was none other than Issei. This is where Yumi said, Issei? This is where, Issei looks up to see a fallen angel being over them. This fallen angel seems to have 8 wings in total, laughing, chuckling evilly. This is where it's none other than Donasik. This is where, Issei says, who the fuck are you, and, what do you want, bird brain? This is where, Donasik gets angry. This is where, he says, oh, what I want is for your death, and also for the daughter of Azo's daughter to also be dead, so a war might start. This is where, Rainier winded her eyes and said, how do you... This is where, don't play dumb with me, Rainier. Don't be too dumb. You see here, I have the power to literally become a god. Well, I am close to a god level, but you aren't even close to my power level. This is where, Rainier kind of spreads her 6 wings and says, I'll fight you then. This is where, Donasik laughs and says, oh, please. You and your 6 wings can't do absolute nothing to me. I have 8 wings. I'm much more powerful than you. This is where, Issei is confusing. What is happening? Jesus Christ. This is where, Rainier puts her hand right in front of us, call Issei and say, go. This is where, Donasik says, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to kill him? This is where, Rainier says, I guess you discovered my secrets. I guess I'm gonna have to kill you. It doesn't matter. The secret gear user can live. This is where, well, Issei says, oh shit. So no wonder she found out that I'm a secret gear user. This is where, well, Issei says, what to do, what to do, what to do. Leave or beat the shit of that guy. I'm meant to leave. Yeah, I should leave. This is where Issei then thinks they're just walking away until Donosuke says, no you don't, you sacred gear user. This is where he tries to stab Issei, but instead of what's it called, Issei getting stabbed, Rainer managed to block it where her own light spirit but is shattered. And this is where the light spirit was actually going towards Issei in max height. This is where, well, Issei gets stabbed in the neck, and this is where, well, Issei goes. This is where he falls down. This is where, well, Donosuke flies up and says, ha! Now I managed to kill the sacred gear user. This is where, well, mostly Rainer says, no! Damn it. I was going to. This is where, well, she feels very weird. Like, she feels angry and enraged that Donosuke managed to kill Issei, because for some reason she kind of started falling in love for him. This is where, well, she glares at, well, Donosuke, and Donosuke says, aw, are you angry that I kill your date? Huh. Too bad. This is where, well, Rainer was about to use what's it called, her light spirit again to try to stab at, well, Issei. I mean, not Issei, mostly Donosuke. Until Donosuke was just laughing, chuckling. Until they heard, mostly, what's it called? Well, they saw a red circle appear. Mostly thinks it's Rias' Grammar, and Rias was confused. Seeing Donosuke, who has 8 wings, seeing Rainer, who has 6 wings, and being over Issei. And this is where she realized that this is really bad. This is where, well, Donosuke says, oh, so you're Rias' Grammar. If I kill you, that means what to call a war between fallen angels and devils will start again. This is where he throws a light spirit straight towards, well, Rias. And this is where, well, Rainer had to block it, because she doesn't want to start a war with the devils. And just like her father, she's basically kind of pacifist, or pacifist mostly. What the hell did I say pacifist? No, pacifist. This is where, well, Rias was confused, but Rainer says, you gotta get out of here. If you don't get out of here, or warn your brother, or whatever, a war might start between us. And I don't want that. This is where Rias is. This is where, well, Donosuke is laughing, saying, you people don't understand. It seems that all of you will die here. Just like the boy over there. This is where he points towards Issei. And this is where, well, Rias turns her head and says, who? This is where Rainer also turns her head and says, where the hell did he go? Donosuke says, where the fuck? This is where they hear chuckling. This is where, well, they look up, and Donosuke also look behind him, and it's none other than Issei. Issei is literally just floating up in the sky right now, just kind of laughing like if he was a fucking god up there. This is where his crystallized blue eyes are shining right into the, what's it called, bright, well, mostly the dark night. This is where his hair is all white. Mostly it's white and silver. This is where, well, Issei kind of laughing. This is where he has his hand near his, what's it called, neck. But it's all healed, the little neck wound or whatever. Well, mostly huge neck wound. But yeah, this is where Issei says, this is so interesting. This is where he has this, like, creepy, evilish smile like this. Like, what's it called? Gojo Satoru like this. This is where, well, there's blood also over him, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei is grinning like a madman. This is where Donosuke says, how did you... This is where Issei appears. Curse energy, red. This is where, well, he then pokes, as it called, well, he kind of launches a red ball straight towards Donosuke, and Donosuke could not dodge. Well, it wasn't called curse energy, it was called reverse curse energy red. This is where, boom, Donosuke was smashed to the ground in an instant. Further, well, past, what's it called, Rias and what's it called, Rainer. Issei is laughing. This is gonna be fun. Issei is laughing like an evil psychotic bastard. This is where, well, Donosuke gets up and flies towards Issei, angry with raging speed. This is where he starts launching light spears at Issei. Issei, who is right now standing in the middle between all the light spears, this is where Donosuke die. This is where he sent him straight towards Issei, and literally none of them hit him. Well, hit Issei. Issei has limitless, and he is just done with this shit. He is pissed, he's annoyed, he's basically in a rage. This guy has just pissed him the fuck off. That's why he's actually, like, giving up and actually not showing his real face. Which he is showing his real face now. His face, his skin, his hair, Yes. He, in his illusion, he has tan skin. In this real version, he actually has pale. This is where, well, Issei is having palish white skin. This is where, well, he has a mole on his, like, left, mostly under his, well, face, mostly near his chin. And this is where, well, he also has crystallized blue eyes, and his silver white hair is basically falling down to his face. This is where, well, it's covering his eyes a little bit, but they're not that covered up. This is where Issei is grinning like a madman. Donosik is winding his eyes, seeing how none of them are actually hitting Issei at all. This is where Issei appears right in front of Donosik, grabbing him from the face, and literally just throwing him down to the ground, smashing him down, straight to the ground without a care in the world. Issei is laughing like this madman. This is where, well, Donosik gets angry and rushes at Issei with blinding speed, but this is where something happens. His arm never connected with Issei. Issei, one of his eyes were crimson red, with a pattern that was interesting. It looked like a kunai, well, not kunai, but kind of like shuriken kind of pattern or whatever, like a three-sided shuriken. But this is where, well, Donosik was confused. His arm never reaches, and when he turned towards his side, mostly his right arm was gone. Literally just gone. His whole right arm didn't fall down to the ground. It literally just disappeared. This is where Issei grinning like a madman and sent his hand straight towards Donosik's chest, right now piercing his chest and ripping out something. This is where Issei didn't care about the blood going and splattering his face. This is where, well, Donosik won his eye. What are you? Issei says, who am I? What am I? I'm a god. This is where, well, Issei crushes the heart in his hand. Without a care in the world, Donosik falls down to the ground and literally just dies. Issei didn't give a fuck. He then lands down to the ground, feeling extremely tired, but this is where he managed to kind of stand up and then like pass out or something. He then looks up to, well, mostly see, what's it called, Rainier and Rias wind their eyes. Their eyes were just the size of dinner plates. Issei, who was supposed to be a normal human, literally just beat the shit out of a fallen angel who had 8 wings in total. This is where, well, Issei literally just didn't care about Donosik. This is where, well, Issei said, shit. This is where Issei thinks in his head, fuck, I just revealed my power. Oh shit, this is bad. Shit. I'm gonna have to move countries, am I not? That's right, well, Issei says that out loud. I guess I'm gonna have to move countries, am I not? Shit. This is where, well, Issei jumps back, but this is where he falls backwards because he's really tired. This is where he basically did use, what's it called, positive curse energy to heal himself. And this is where, well, Issei said, fuck, I'm literally tired. Oh shit, this is bad. This is where, well, Issei is still trying to jump away from Rias and also Rainier, but this is where, well, mostly they look at him closely walking towards him, but this is where their eyes are kind of closed. And this is where, well, Issei says, fuck, I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. Oh, shit. This is where he pulls out his phone and needs to call fucking, what's it called? Monohama or Matsui to fucking help him out. This is where, well, before he managed to send the text, this is where both girls just jump on him. This is where, well, Rias and, what's it called, Rainier starts crying for him. They thought literally he died. This is where, well, Rias is crying for another reason. Rainier is crying because she thought she lost Issei. Even though Issei was a good person, but he wasn't showing off to be like the greatest person, but yeah. He was kind, respectful, but yet also having some weird sassy attitude to him. This is where, Issei was confused. Issei, This is where, well, his phone was on the ground. This is where he couldn't even send the text to Monohama or Matsui to fucking help him out. This is where, well, Issei says, damn it, can you two get off of me? This is where he tries to say in such a gentle tone, just so they can, like, move away from him. This is where they kind of shake their head saying no. Rias is crying because she thought she was gonna lose, what's it called, her best chance to get out of a marriage from, what's it called, well, from Riser. And, well, Rainier is crying because she thought she lost, well, someone that she kind of fell in love. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei said, okay, I need help. Oh god, how would I do this? This is where someone in his head says, maybe just talk to them, or maybe get in bed with them. This is where Issei's face was kind of pinkish, and this is where he said, go away, Drake. You're not helping. Actually, fucking help me. Use one of your boosts or something. You know, if I do that, then there will alert that you do have a sacred gear. Issei, oh shit, you're right. This is where Issei felt so tired and actually passed out. This is where, well, Issei just didn't care no more. He passed the fuck out. This is where both girls stopped crying, and of course sees that Issei is just tired. He just passed the fuck out. So of course we go into mostly Issei waking up the next day. Issei was confused until he is not in his room, and also not in his bed also. This is where he realized he's basically inside of a hotel. This is where when Issei kind of turns around, he sees none other than Ria's Creamery like sleeping next to him, and of course also next to him is right there. Now they both don't have clothes, and that's where Issei widened his eyes and jumped out of bed. Right now they're teleporting. This is where, well, both of them kind of were confused in what just happened. Issei, he noticed that he kind of barely have his clothes, and this is where he widened his eyes. This is where he decides to like put both of his hands down towards his crotch side and says, what the fuck? Where's my clothes? What the fuck happened? Oh shit, this is bad. This is where, well, he's confused, rambling on, and this is where, well, Rainier and Ria thought it was kind of cute. This is where, well, Issei said, what the fuck? What the hell did I do to you two? No. This is where Issei says, God, if my parents ever hear about this, they're gonna be fucking joy, gladful, or fucking crying about the fact that they actually are gonna have grandkids. This is bad. This is where, well, both of them says in an instant, so, how was her nap? This is where Issei says, yes, I good. Oh, but still, why are you two ignoring my question? This is where, well, they said, well, we will answer your questions if you answer ours. This is where, well, they said at the same time, which both Rias and Rainier looks at each other and just kind of shake their head, mostly because they're kind of really not hating each other because, well, Donosik was mostly the biggest problem, but he said one shot at him like he didn't care. Well, kind of like kicked his ass so easily, without a care in the world, and without breaking a sweat. This is where, well, Rainier says, first question, why do you look like that and not like your chocolate brown hair and chocolate eyes? This is where Issei says, good question. The thing you talked to yesterday was actually a clone. Well, not yesterday, mostly that day passed about accepting that whole date. And, how should I say? Yeah, that was a clone. It screwed me over. I wasn't expecting them to just accept so blindly. This is where Rainier kind of looks at him, kind of confused, like, clone? What do you mean? Issei makes a clone, saying this is what I mean. This is where Rainier says, oh. This is where, well, Rias then goes on saying, okay, well, that was also on top of my head. I'm wondering why you look like that. But, okay, so how can you do that without magic? This is where Issei says, oh shit, right, I forgot about magic in this world. Drake said and says, dumbass. This is where he says, oh, fucking help me, then you fucking overgrown lizard. This is where, well, Drake says, nah, I'm gonna just let you deal with that. Issei said, I don't use magic. This is where, well, they both look at him confusedly. Issei said, okay. Let me just run down two basic powers that I kind of use that isn't considered magic. I use chakra, and I also use, curse energy. Ding. This is where, well, both of them look confusedly at Issei. Issei said, oh god, they're probably confused the fact that I just said I just don't use, well, magic. What to do? This is where Issei thinks in his head. This is where, well, Drake says, idiot. This is where, well, they both look at him and nodded. This is where, well, they said, are you gonna ask any questions for us? Issei said, okay, yeah, why the fuck am I fucking, how should I say, butt naked out here with you two also having no clothes? They both kind of smile seductively and says, oh, you might have accidentally did it with us. This is where he says, no, I am not drunk, stupid, and I'm not dumb enough to drink next to two girls. I am not too stupid for that. This is where, well, Issei says, and besides, we were in the middle of a park. I swear to God, there was zero alcohol, servings, or anything in the middle of the fucking park. This is where, well, they kind of giggled, but then just kind of sat in a little bit how Issei was a little bit smarter than that. This is where Issei says, still, what just happened? This is where, well, they said, pretty much we just brought you to the hotel. We don't really know where you live. Issei said, oh. Interesting. And you decide to I had to pick a room that only had one bed. This is where he turns to the left side and sees there's two other empty beds. And Issei says, and you couldn't pick those two empty beds? This is where, well, they say no. It was much easier to kind of snuggle with you. This is where they said very seductively. This is where, well, Issei kind of looks at them, very shocked, confused, and annoyed. This is where Issei said, okay. His face was a little bit pink. And this is where Issei said, still. No. I'm so confused. Okay. If I understand this. Okay. Rainer, that's your name, right? That's where Rainer nodded. This is where, well, he says, so you're a fallen angel. And you? He points at the red hair. And this is where Ria says, what happened if I say I'm also a fallen angel? Bullshit, I know you're a devil. Okay, done. This is where, well, Rias was shocked. You knew I was a devil the whole time? Yes, that's why I stood away from you. Every single time. That's why every time you get close to me, I decide to walk further away from you. Even though I was acting like a pervert, but I needed to go somewhere, and I just acted like that. This is where, well, they said, wait, so you acted like a pervert? This is where Rias was confused. So wait, what about your two friends? Oh, they're definitely perverts. He's not trying to involve Matsui or Murahama into the supernatural until, what's it called? Well, Ria's got a call from, her friend, mostly, Akuno saying, where are you and other things? Because it's right now like 10 o'clock and school just started. This is where they're all winding their eyes and says 10 o'clock. Holy fuck. This is where all of them wind their eyes. Even though, well, Rainer doesn't really go to school. This is where, well, they're confused and wondering why Rainer is also kind of confused. And Rainer said, I need to go with my father. I needed to meet up with him at like 9 o'clock. Oops. This is where, well, they kind of nodded. And this is where, well, Rainer then asked Arias if she can enroll into school, please. This is where, well, Rias kind of looks at her confusedly. This is where also Issei. This is where, well, Issei said, how about this? You take my spot from what's it called, Kuo Academy, because I literally don't want to be in Kuo Academy. The only reason I'm not in it is because I have a scholarship I accidentally passed. This is where Rias says, wait, you're that person that actually passed that? Literally, I thought it was someone else. This is where Issei says, that's why I had to usually use my illusion, so I don't get too popular with the girls. Yeah, I don't want to do that. This is where, well, Rias says, too bad. This is where, well, Issei says, what do you mean too bad? I want you to become a servant of mine. Issei says, I'm not becoming a slave, fuck that. This is where Rias says, that's not what it is. Technically, yes, that's what it is, Issei said. This is where Rias then thinks about it and says, oh, I guess that sounds like it is. Issei says, still, I'm not becoming a slave for you, so screw that idea. This is where Rainer kind of giggles and how Issei is acting kind of childish, but yeah. But at the same time, he acts kind of serious. This is where Rainer kind of giggles, but yeah. Issei says, so what are you even giggling about? This is where, well, Rainer says, oh, just because it's funny to see you kind of act different. Since instead of your, what's it called, well, mostly friendly side. So I'm guessing your friendly side was mostly an act from your actual true self. Issei kind of just says, I guess you can say that. This is where Ria said, well, mostly Rainer said it because she thought that Issei was always this nice. Pretty much it was only an illusion, but yeah. This is where she didn't care and says, still, I'm definitely going to join you and your school. This is where, well, Issei kind of got a call from his two pervert friends, and this is where they say, yo, where the hell are you? We literally want to get the fuck out of school. Make you do some clones and get over here. Issei says, good luck with that. I'm dealing with something. They say, what are you dealing with? Issei says, I'm dealing with stuff. I'll talk to you guys later. Just where they say, no, fuck. They literally having to go to school. This is where they say, I wish I had chakra. This is where they wish they literally had chakra just to make clones. But yeah, other than that, I'm thinking of ending it off here because I need to go somewhere. But other than that, yeah, bye.